will use some basic concepts right here. So in this dual expression, that is equivalent to the negative logic, okay, of any Boolean relations, we are going to change the or sign with the and sign first. First point we have to remember, for this duality theorem, we have to change this or operation into the and operation. Then we complement any 0 or 1 value appearing in the expression and keep the literals in it. Okay, so this is the example right here. Now for the duality theorem, we have the input as a bar plus b, a bar b into c plus a into b into c bar. Okay, so how you can represent this output, as you can see right here, by using this concept. Okay, quickly give your response. This or symbol should be changed to the and, or if you have the and symbol, that and symbol can be converted into or symbol. First thing that should be changed. Then you have to use the complement of 0 to 1 or 1 to 0. So quick, a bar, then this is a dot operation, means and operation is performed right here. So and operation is to be changed to the or operation. Okay, so this a bar plus b plus c. Okay, this is the first term we have reduced. Then this or operation is present right here. So or should be changed to and. So and can be represented by dot. Okay, then this next expression is there, a into b into c. So and operation is there in between. So you have to place the and to the or. So a plus b plus c bar. Okay, then again this or operation is present. You have to convert this or into and operation. So how you can convert? You can place the dot operator right here. Then again this is the expression. Okay, you have to change this expression. Yes, okay, you have to change this expression. You have to use b bar also. Okay, so a plus b bar plus c bar. So this is the output for your expression. This is the first point you have to remember. Now for any one time dual, it is called a self dual expression. Okay, so when we take one time dual for that expression, it is called a self dual expression. For n variable, maximum possible self dual function can be represented by 2 raised to power 2 raised to power n minus 1. Okay, and we can place the maximum possible distinct logical with the help of this formula. Okay, so here is the complementary theorem. So what is the complementary theorem? You have to take the 3 steps. First, you have to change or by and, or you can use and by or. Okay, this is a vice versa operation. If or operation is there, you have to change it to and. If and is there, you have to change that and to the or. Okay, then complement any 0 or 1s. Okay, if you have a 0 or 1, that should be complement to. Okay, then you have to complement the individual literals. If literals are there, then you have to complement it. So we have to complement the function right here. So we have the function f, and we have written the expression like this. Okay, so quickly give your response how you can complement this. There is or operation. That or operation is to be converted into and operation by dot. Then this a bar operation, and this bar will cancel out. It will give you result as a. This is and operation right here. You have to convert that and into or operation. Then again this b is to be inverted. So this is a b bar. Then again dot is present. So you have to replace that dot to or operation. Then there is a bar. So you have to place the bar. Bar will cancel out. It will give you the result as C. So this is called complementary theorem. So quickly give your response. Are you able to understand this complementary theorem? Any dot? Okay. So here is the question. With 4 Boolean variables, how many Boolean expressions can be formed. Okay, so how many Booleans expression you can perform with 4 Boolean variables. So we have the variable n is equal to 4. Okay, so total number of Boolean expression is to be formed by 2 raised to power 2 raised to power n. So quickly give your response. How you can find out it? 2 raised to power 2 raised to power 4. That should be converted into 2 raised to power 2 raised to power 4 is equal to, quickly give your response. 2 raised to power 4 is equal to 16. Okay. So you can write that as 2 raised to power 6 into 2 raised to power 10. So what is 2 raised to power 6 and what is 2 raised to power 10? Quickly give your response in chat. Quickly, all of you, give your response in chat. What is the value for 2 raised to power 6? Yes, you are right. 2 raised to power 6 is equal to 64, and 64, then you have to multiply that with 4096. No, it is not 4096. 2 raised to power 10. 1024. Yes, you are right. 1024. Multiply it, and you will get a value as 64,000. Okay, 64,000. So this is the answer. So I have told you in the previous session that you have to remember the basic theorems. Okay, so when you represent these values, okay, you have to remember the previous theorems. If you remember the consensus theorem, you will get the answer for this expression. All of you. So here A plus B, then A bar plus C, then B plus C. You can represent it by A plus B, A bar plus C. Okay. So this same property we have used right here, and this is A plus B. Okay. Then A bar plus C, then B plus C. Okay. So you can represent it as, you can see A plus B, then A bar plus C. Okay, this is the output for this expression. X plus y, then x bar plus your z value. Z. Yes, you are right. So this is the z value. There is no C right here. Okay. Now come to the next point, and you have to reduce this expression. Okay, you have to reduce this expression. Number 20, there is A plus B. Okay, then A bar plus C, then B plus C. That can be represented as A plus B and A bar plus C. Okay, so same properties applied right here, and we will formulate the answer. Okay, you have to solve. So how you can solve it? Quickly give your response. First of all, you have to take the common, or you have to use the cumulative property, or you can also use the distributive property also. Okay, so quickly take the common value A bar, then C bar. What is the remaining part? B bar plus B. A bar B C, then A B C bar. Okay, so what is the output for this? Is equal to 1. So we will put 1 right here. Okay, so how you will get your next value? A bar into C bar plus A bar B C plus A B C bar as a common factor. So you will take A bar common, then you will get C bar plus BC. Okay, then A plus B plus C bar plus C. Okay, to make the complete solution. Okay, to make the complete solution, you have to use this C bar plus C. So what is the output for this? The output for this is equal to 1. Okay, we will put the complete value right here. So C bar plus B, then C bar plus C, then plus A, B, and C bar. Is C bar plus B. Yes, you are right. Its output is C bar plus B. So this A bar can be represented by B plus C bar, then plus A, B, and C bar. Till this point, understood? Now, this is the value. You have to multiply it inside. Quickly multiply it inside. You will get A bar B plus A bar C bar plus A, B, and C bar. Now, next, which value we will take common? Right here A bar B is there, then AB is there. Okay, so you can take the value common from this particular equation. Okay, so if you take the value B as common, okay, you will get A bar, then B, this AC bar. Okay, so you can formulate the solution from here. Okay, so how you will take the output? So you, this A bar and C bar is the same part which we have represented. Then we will take a B as common, and you can represent it as A bar plus AC bar. Okay, clear till this point? No, quickly give your response till this point, everyone. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, now this A bar C bar plus B, how you can represent it? A bar plus AC bar, A bar plus C bar, yes. Or how you can represent it? How you can represent this A bar plus AC bar? You can also represent it as A bar plus A, or you can also represent it as A bar plus C bar. So this is also the one, okay, and you can represent it as A bar plus C bar. Okay, clear? All of you can represent this A bar plus AC bar with A bar plus A and A bar plus C bar. Okay, and A bar plus A is equal to 1, and remaining part can be represented as it is. So how you can represent it? A bar plus C bar. Now you multiply this B with inside. Okay, so you will get A bar C bar plus B A bar plus B C bar. Okay, and you can rearrange this equation. You can rearrange this equation, and you will get A bar C bar plus A bar B plus B C bar, and this is your solution for this question. What is the mean terms and max terms, and how you can represent these? Okay, so the n binary variable have 2 raised to power n possible combinations, and each of these possible combination is called mean terms or standard product. Okay, so how you can represent mean terms? That mean terms can be represented by sum of the values, okay, like this. Okay, and how you can represent the max term? So max term can be represented by the product of the numbers from 1 to the n point. Okay, so this is the product of the numbers. Okay, and it can be represented by this symbol. Then you have to represent capital M and all the values in the product form. Okay, so max term is the component of the corresponding minimums. Okay, and we can represent the max term is equal to the mean terms also. Okay, for 3 variables you can represent the values A, B, and C. Okay, you can take the values from 0, 0, 0, and you can start 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and 6, and 7. So maximum value is 0 to 7. So total value is equal to 8. Okay, for 3 variables. So how you can represent the mean term? Represented by small m, m0, m1, m2. Okay, M3, M4, M5, M6 and M7. So how you can represent it? Mean term is a product and max term is a summation. Okay, so mean term is a product. Quickly, how you can represent it? First value is A, second value is B, and third value is C. So there is a product right here in case of mean terms. So A bar, B bar, C bar, this is the mean term. And how you can represent the max term? Max term can be represented by capital M. Okay, so M0 is equal to, quickly give your response in chat. Max term is the n binary variables having 2 raised to power n possible combination, okay, are called mean terms, and they can be also called as standard product. And how you can represent that mean terms? Mean terms can be represented by this summation sign m, then the product of the n variables. Okay, so we are using right here all the numbers into the product form. Okay, so this is the formation. Let's come to this point, how you can represent the max term for the zero value. So quickly give your response. Max term can be represented by, okay, quickly, A plus B plus C. Yes, you are right. Can be represented in the form of var. Okay, in the form of bar. So if you want to represent a zero, that capital A, B, and C are written as it is A plus B plus C. Okay, there is this C means there is a zero. Okay, so you have to represent it in the form